Hey, Ashley, I just wanted to make this quick video to give you a couple ways and some insight into changing these banner images yourself. Um, so currently we are loading these images in the style sheet, which means it's an external file, as you can see here. Um, what we've done on banners like this is we added this style attribute here that's basically loading the background image, right? So it's doing the same thing as you see right here. It's loading the background image, just like we're doing here, but we're doing this, which is called inline styles. So this is on the HTML element itself, which is not recommended to do actually, but in this case, we're just updating media. So this gives you a clear way to upload new media and stick in any URL here you want, as long as it's cropped, obviously the same size the way it's supposed to be. So that being said, what I need to do is we're going to go do a little refactor here. So these blocks need to have the media attached inline. Position top, take assessment, see media. So there's some things that we're going to have to add. So these CSS properties here, right? So here's the rule, here's the property, and this is the value, right? So we're going to have to add these on these elements in the widget in Kentico. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up Kentico after Firefox updates, and we'll go through that. So let's go open up. So if you're going to edit any type of CSS locally, so using all these, see, these are all the files that make up the styling for our site. So all these things here, all these things get smashed into one file. They all get smashed into this file. But we have all these other CSS files that are doing things on the site. Now, it needs to be cleaned up a bit, but right now we don't really have an option other than a major overhaul of style sheets, which we don't have time for. So in the future, though, to maintain this, especially if you guys are going to do this on your own, we need to go through and kind of clean up some things and get rid of things that we're not using entirely. So some of these classes here I've pulled out and broken them up into separate files, as you can see here. And these are things that are more easy to manage. So instead of having all kinds of stuff in one style sheet, we can just manage the modal stuff here, right? Or we can manage the buttons, things like that. So that's the idea behind breaking them out into these different files. Now, I'm not going to go into how you compile and set up a dev environment today, but that'll be a whole other topic. So what we want to do, though, is we want to edit the media banners, right? So we're going to double click this media banner here, hide our sidebar, and as you can see, here are the elements on the home page, right? These are the blocks. Take assessment. It was a personality profile and start HealthPlanG. Those are the three. These are the three blocks are called by ID. Okay, these are the IDs. If you open those up, you can see the C media tag here has those values that we talked about. So we need to stick these. We need to stick this on the HTML element itself inside Kentico, right? So let's close this. Let's open up HealthPlanG admin, and we'll take care of that. So first, though, let's save our images out correctly. So this is actually a PNG format. So these are the images you sent over. We're going to replace these. Now, obviously, this is basically the same image with some edits, so I'm just going to overwrite the name. This image is a completely different image, so we're going to save it out as a different image too. So let's do it one at a time so we can name them here in this case. So on the save attachment, now before we were calling this a JPEG. I don't know why, that's wrong. So let's rename it to PNG, image media banner 3, PNG. We'll save that. We'll go over here, we'll save attachment. And we'll say, what is this? I don't know. Let's see. Image media banner. Let's say assessment. Oops. Yes. Is that right? Yep. Okay. So then, after that, so you see how they're here. We're going to rename that. So we're going to change that in the widget itself. Okay. Oops. Assessment PNG. Save. Forgive me, kind of stumbling through this. We're doing this all live, so we're not gonna do any edits here. So these are all the same size. I'm checking here. This one's not too bad. So these are actually, this one's pretty high. This one's not so bad as far as file size goes. So what we're going to do is, in this website called tinypng.com here, this is where I like to optimize my files. I don't know if I've showed you this already, so forgive me if I have. You might have already done this yourself, it looks like, but maybe not. Still got some savings here, so cut that in half, cut that really far down. So we're going to download these. And so I like to do that with JPEGs and PNGs. Anytime I save them out for the web, we want to keep them as low in file size as possible so that everything loads fast. That's the point. We want our site to load really fast, especially for mobile users. Okay, so we're going to save this out in the same image directory. We're going to get rid of this zip file here in a sec. But once we open this, we're just going to throw those images into this folder. So as you see, we have same name, different file size. I like to just drag it in. Asks me to replace them both, and I say yes. Easy peasy. And let's get rid of this folder we don't need. Okay. Now we have our images. I'm going to copy this one. So this is what we got to do. We need to add this into. Okay. There's a couple of ways we can do this as far as loading our images in. So you can do it through the media library, or we can do it through SVN on the server, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm pointing to our folder on the server, and I'm throwing these images in. Well, we probably should put these in the media library. So let's go through here, and let's open up our media library. New tab. Oops, what's going on? That's weird. And then let's upload these images. Let's upload these images there. So these are the styles that we need to apply to the C media tag. And some of them we're going to have to, some of these styles happen at different breakpoints. So this is like when it gets big enough for a tablet size, it changes position. So it looks like this is the only one, the personality profile, the second one that does that. So the rest will be fairly simple. So what we want to do, let's see, new media library, I'll post photos, documents, these photos, headline banner images. Let's do this. Yep. Let's go in there. So what you're going to want to do is upload your images after you've optimized them to the media library. But what it's important is that we don't just, every time you have a revision of the same image, it's important that we'd rather overwrite the same name, like just overwrite a new version. I think you can do this here in Kentaco, rather than just uploading a new one, right? So I would rather not have the media library actually laptop, up to 10 or something like that, right? So we want to, ideally, it should be like this. It should be unique unless it's really similar, right? So let's see what this is. I think this is really old stuff here. But I'm going to upload this anyway. And so let's do a new folder if I can. Can't think it goes super slow right now. And let's put these in media banners. Let's call these media banners. Call these media banners. We'll save and close. And let's upload these. So I'm going to upload the ones that we know we need for sure, right? So we need this one. We need this one. And we need this one. All right, those are those three. In fact, let's do this. I'm going to put that one up there too. So this is, I should probably rename this. This is where naming gets tricky. But what we're going to do is, we're going to do this. We're going to rename it here. Well, it's HealthPlanG banner. HealthPlanG, I'm going to call it a coupon banner. And in fact, we should do it this way. So it's already checked into the server, that file. So I don't want to name it on in the Finder. I want to rename it here through the server. That way it updates the way it should. So let's see here. Here's the one. Let's rename it. We'll go through this if we have to get through DevOps, but for now, I'm just showing you what I'm doing to help clean up and help you with your workflow of changing these images. So we'll call it coupon banner. Okay. We'll hit enter. And now I need to commit these files, right? So let's say, oops, can't type. Come on, keyboard. All right. We'll commit that off, and that goes off and deploys to the server. So that should be updated. So now, if we go to, what page is that? The landing page, I think it is. It's going to be renamed. So these are the images we want to upload. This one. Okay, so we'll throw those in the folder, the media banners folder. Oh yeah, so here's a good thing to know. So this is more readable on the web, like instead of that, if you have the space here in uppercase, it's weird to read the URL. So what I'm going to do for this folder name is we're going to hyphenate it here, just so it's more readable when we get the URL for the images. So for instance, now you see how it says media banner dash here instead of percentage sign 20 or something like that. So it's just easier to read. In fact, this name should be changed to, but you can't. So, oh well. So here we go. What we want to do now is, for instance, let's update this guy first. So this is the URL that we need to copy. Sometimes you click it and you go to a different page, but we don't want that. We want it to be able to want to copy this. So either way, you need to copy this URL here. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's see, where is that at? It's on the start date page. Yep. So here's your banner. Okay. Let's open this up. And this is a different banner than the ones we're seeing on the home page. This is the hero banner here. This is the URL, right? So this is what we need to change. And let me paste. Oops. So we want to change it from here. From here, app themes. So we still want the first part, okay? In fact, we could actually do this. You could just have the 2 forward slashes because it's a secure link. We want to make sure. Excuse me. Okay, so let's save this and close. Might break. Oh, and it's there. Beautiful. So it's there. We save the page. So now I'm going to recommend, you upload all the images here after they've been optimized. Oh, see this? Coupon banners. This is a good exercise. So this I didn't optimize. Look how big it is. We need to fix that. Going back here. Okay. Let's throw put this in here and see what happens. It might have already been saved. Yeah, a little bit. It's pretty big. So this is a case where 2800 by 11, it's too big. So let's open it up with an editing software. I like Illustrator. Well, that's what all I use. I don't have Photoshop, so I use Illustrator to optimize my images, which works pretty good. So, we need to minimize. We need to reduce the file size, and we need to replace that image on the media library. So that's a good exercise that I need to walk you through anyway. So let's save this out. Export selection. We want a JPEG. And, oops. Save it in the right spot. It's this guy. Oh, it's a PNG actually. So listen, we're gonna do a JPEG and we're gonna do a PNG at single scale. Actually, so we want to reduce this first. So up here, I'm going to change it to 2000 pixels wide. Okay. And then we'll do that. We'll save that out. That'll give us a little bit smaller size. So now we have our named. We have the folder. We want to change this. Now I'm going to reduce the file size a little bit more. We'll export asset and we'll say replace. So that replaces the images here. And as you can see, we have, this is crazy. So pretty big sizes. So let's optimize. Those are way better. So there we go. And what's great about tiny PNGs, it doesn't degrade our images at all. It keeps them lossless, which means at best quality. You can see that's the JPEG, that's the PNG. You can see the type kind of more jagged edges and not as sharp when it optimizes JPEG, right? So we like PNG if we can, but sometimes the file size for PNG is way too big. Copy, replace those, and now we don't want to upload a brand new version. We want to replace it. So let's see how we can do this. So here, let's update. So when we hit update, we just reload the same image. Look at that. This doesn't change, but the file size has changed and the name hasn't changed, right? So when we go back to this page, the image will still be there. And this is going to avoid having coupon banner 1, coupon banner 3, blah, 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 right? So this is banner assessment. What is this? Media banner 3. So this is probably, that's a bad name. So let's update that as well. This is the take assessment. Is that what that is? God's best version of you. So keep moving. I'm going to call it keep moving. So we edit it with the little pencil icon there. And I think I can rename it. I'm hoping I can rename it. If not, let's delete it and we'll rename it locally, which I should do anyway. So as you can see, there's multiple ways. Since I'm the one making all the updates, before we would do this in the CSS, but now that we want to allow for you to do these, we need to do it this way. Actually, trying to find that one. It's weird. Oh boy. So oh, it's a background. Well, I can't find it right now, so let's just forget about it. It's weird. I don't know, so many images. Okay, so let's go back. We can't rename it. Okay. Image, media, banner, keep moving. Okay, so let's try this now. Let's update it with this one. Nice. So look, we changed the name by uploading a new named file. So that's great. Excuse me, I'm kind of sick. Okay, so we updated our start date page, that banner. You saw how we did that. So let's go to the home page now. I'm going to show you how to update those media banners on the widget itself. So here they are. Once you click inside these banners, you're going to see, you should see this little source, this little toolbar up here. You're going to want to hit source. Okay. This is what you're going to get. This is the tag, the C media tag. So I'm going to show you how to add this in line. All right. So we do background, image, URL. And we go into here. And it's going to be coupon banner, banner devices growth. It's going to be this one. All right. So we copy that link or that source URL, and we add it into here. We want to make sure we do // www healthplang.com. That's important. Okay, now that first one, we had some extra styles with it, right? This is the take assessment. So this is what we're doing now, but let's just see what happens. Okay. Should be fine. Uh-oh. So what I'm going to do in our CSS is I'm going to make sure all this so what I'm doing there is I'm basically disabling those background images being seen in the CSS. So I think that's what's overwriting. And it's probably a cache issue. So save this. And let's go to Chrome. Empty cache. Oh, there was a space. So look, you see the image there. Looks pretty squished to me. So let's go fix that problem. There we go. Save. So there we are. Look, that's instant. So that's what I like about having it in the media library. There shouldn't be any cache issues at all. Let's copy that. And we're going to do the same thing for this one here. Oops. So looks like we have a bug. So when you click into this banner, you hit the source button, it takes you back to that top media banner. You'll get that issue sometimes. I'm going to reload the page. See if that works. If not, we might have to do it a different way. So um, so this is the type of stuff, though, if once we hand over the front end stuff to you, your brother, there's a lot of stuff that you won't be able to do inside Kentico. You're going to have to use a style sheet. So um, it's a big process for all of that. As you can see, there's tons of stuff to understand and deal with and see how they're touching. And there's things to, as far as this DevOps is what we call it, development operations. So there's things that we can do. Okay, so I refreshed homepage. Got one update. So for whatever reason, you're going to have to configure the rest like this through Kentico's configure widget, which is okay, but you don't get a lot of space, so it's hard to like type. It's easy to make mistakes. So here we want to do the same thing. Background image. PNG. Yep. Okay. So that should be good. And we'll do the same over here. So I'll keep moving. Oh. Oops. And it looks like we might not need the / HTTP, whatever. So here we go. Let's see. So we're doing the same thing. This image. Oh, you can see the updates, right? The border smaller. So we don't need actually that. The HealthPlanG. Oops. What's going on? So we don't need this. We can just do this. That's fine. So now this is how you upload your image, right? So if you want to change it out, you got to come in here and just add a different URL. Okay. So if we said, whatever it is, image, media banner. See that change? So now all you have to do is, you can do this yourself. You just got to make sure the image is inside, optimized in the media library. Oops. And you have the right, and you have the right URL. Dang it. Let's move that widget. I didn't want to. Okay. So now all those media banners are set up to act this way, so you can add your URL and you should be good to go. Oh boy, what's that URL? Okay, so we covered quite a bit. Showed you how to update without creating extra images, right? So we just want to replace the image if possible. We don't want to clutter the media library. So if you have any questions on that, there's a lot to go over as far as updating some other parts, but as far as these media images go, you can do it that way now. So you have that set up. It does look like, though, let's see here. There was some styling applied to the personality profile, right? Bottom right, bottom center. So we want to add this property to this one, or the CSS property, excuse me. So this is real tricky. Hopefully you don't have to do this very often. I know this is no fun. I don't know why this doesn't expand any farther, but it doesn't. There's ways to get around that, but it's pretty complicated. So with this is going to be still inside this. It's going to be inside the double quotes, right? And what we want to do is, whoops, I forgot to put a semicolon. So we want the semicolon there. We just add that property like that. That should do the trick. All right, so let's save the page, check it in Chrome. All right, change made. Okay, so that's how you update those media banners. That's how you manage the media library. Feel free to ask me any more questions and let me know if you want to go over some other things. But as you can see, just going back and forth, changing images. There's more to it than just throwing it on the server, right, or uploading it into Uploader, right? We have to optimize, got to place it in the right directory, got to make sure we understand where that image lives, right, and then where to edit that image on the widget. What HTML you need to change, and CSS to apply. So we can go over DevOps and CSS some more later and changing things on your local environment. But for now, that will give you access to do these things through Kentico. So go ahead and play around yourself. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.